service line in a long time as a hit comes, and it should stay in bounds, and it does.
On the serve, dug out by Bishop. This to the middle, and slamming one home.
Serves over, dug out by Brodzinski. Jones now an attack by Dylan Miller, killed good.
And free ball to the crossover. Eilertson will get the pass for Hawley, set up left side. Rusted down with a kill.
Set it up, Bostena left side. Big kill blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Greyhounds.
Jones setting across court. Here's Sip with a right-handed kill. The attempt is in.
Header serve goes to Kiera Johnson. A libero, but mishandles it. It's an ace.
Jensen Richmond to Crockett. Crockett able to get it over. This one comes to the middle again. Cope gets the kill.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Veterans Friday morning here from West Fargo High School. This is the EDC Volleyball Tournament here today from West Fargo High. Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk with you here for match number 1 of 4. The first two here on the docket today are win and you advance to tomorrow, lose and your season is done type of a EDC Consolation Semifinals. The bracket for you today, match number 1 of 4, features the Fargo Davies Eagles, the number 5 seed here in the EDC Volleyball Tournament, going up against the number 8 seeded West Fargo Horace Hawks in their first year as a varsity program. The second match that will start at 2 o'clock or 25 minutes after the conclusion of this match will be the number 7 seed of Fargo Shanley going up against the number 6 seed of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. The semifinals later on at 4 will feature the number 3 seed West Fargo Packers against a 2 seed Fargo South Bruins, and then the nightcap at around 6 o'clock tonight. It's the number 1 seed West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs going up against the number 4 seeded of the Fargo North Spartans. Let's take a look at the matchup here today between the Eagles and the Hawks for Fargo Davies. Carolyn Olson here, 18 wins, 14 losses on the season. Davies last year made it to the state tournament, finishing 7th place at state, and they've made the state tournament 10 years running here from an Eagle perspective, so they're trying to get to a state qualifying match coming up tomorrow and keep that streak alive as well. This season, Fargo Davies has won twice over Horace, sweeping the Hawks at Horace on September the 6th, then taking 3-1 on October the 13th. On the opposite side for the Horace Hawks, Hadley Steffen is the head coach for Horace. 13 wins, 17 losses on the season. Horace has won 3 of 4 matches and beat Valley City in 5 in a play-in on Saturday, then lost in 3 at West Fargo Cheyenne in the quarterfinals on Tuesday for the Hawks. So West Fargo Horace in their first year as a varsity program will be bringing everybody back next season as well. So they're trying to do something that it's very tough to do. First year as a varsity program, that's one, make it to the final day of a regional tournament here, which would be tomorrow for Horace with a win. And then number 2, trying to make it to state next week. The state tournament will begin for the quarterfinals. That'll be on Thursday from the Bismarck Event Center. We will have all the matches today, and we will have all the matches tomorrow. Our coverage gets underway at 11 o'clock in the morning with the first of 2 state qualifying matches. Then the EDC Championship will be at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll get to our Coach's Corner. First up is Henley Steffen here of the West Fargo Horace Hawks. We'll also hear from Carolyn Olson as well. That's all be ahead of the starting lineups and the opening serve here tonight from West Fargo. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk. It's the EDC Volleyball Tournament here on yourliveevent.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
As we continue here on our Coach's Corner from West Fargo High School, it's match number 1 of 4 today here on YourLiveEvent.com for the EDC Volleyball Tournament. Joining us now, Hadley Steffen from the West Fargo Horace Hawks as they square off with the Fargo Davies Eagles. And Hadley, for first year of your varsity program, you go in 5 against Valley City on Saturday. You go up against one of the best teams in the state against Cheyenne on Tuesday in the quarters. And now you're still alive here on Friday. One more match to try to stay alive to Saturday and ultimately get to a state qualifier. So what has this journey been like the first time here as a program here at the EDC Volleyball Tournament?
Oh, I was just talking to my girls in the locker room, and it's exciting. It's motivating, and at the end of the day, it gives our girls more experience and gives us more time in the locker room and in the gym. And so we're able to build our IQ and get our skills going this week, and so that's the main focus that we've been doing.
And for you guys here, Fargo Davies a third time. They always say in any sport it's tough to beat a team 3 times. You guys were swept and lost in 4, so you got a little bit closer from set 1 to match number 2. What's the biggest thing that Fargo Davies is going to present a challenge from your point of view on your side of the net here, Hadley?
I mean, I think they have some good hitters that can swing some good shots, but at the end of the day, we got to focus on us, and right now we need to just leave it all on the court, and they know what it means if we don't, and so I think they're ready to go, and that's exciting for me.
And for you here, Jaden Hale, a sophomore, 6'2". I mean, when she hits the ball, you can hear it across the gym at particular times, and when she gets going, what does that do for the Hawks?
Jaden brings this certain mentality and this drive into on the court and on the bench, and it's like none I've ever seen. So she's confident, and she brings the team where they need to go, and she moves the bus in the right direction, and that's what I'm expecting of her today.
Ultimately, what are some traits that have gotten to you this point of the season, and what do you want to see from your team, whether it's in 3 or whether it goes 5 here? What do you want to see from your team ultimately at the end of the day?
I want to see effort, confidence, having fun, and implementing skills that we've been focusing on for the past few months.
Hadley, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here against Fargo Davies in the EDC Volleyball Tournament.
Thank you so much.
As we'll continue on our Coach's Corner after this from the EDC Volleyball Tournament.
Mindak Market is located in the J.C. Penney Wing in the West Acres Mall in Fargo with over 4,000 square feet of localness. Greg, Susan, Katie, Sarah, Melody, and staff are proud to promote the local products from North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Check out Mindak Market this holiday season to find the perfect stocking stuffers and samples of ready-to-go collections to ship. Stop by the store or check out their website at mindakmarket.com. That's mindakmarket.com to shop and order online.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
I'm Carrie Hepper. Rodeo takes confidence. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we continue on our Coach's Corner here for the EDC Volleyball Tournament from West Fargo High School, match number 1 of 4 today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Hadley, Stefan,
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
As we continue on our pregame show here from West Fargo High School, it's match number 1 of 4 today for the EDC Volleyball Tournament. The Fargo Davies Eagles going up against the West Fargo Hawks here, and joining us now is Carolyn Olson of the Fargo Davies Eagles head coach. And Carolyn, what's the first things first? What's just a little bit different of November volleyball compared to August, September, October? What's just different from your standpoint as a coach here as you get ready for this EDC volleyball contest against West Fargo Horace?
You know, it's tournament time, and you win today or you're done. Your season's over. So, I mean, it certainly brings a new level of excitement. It's a new challenge. You know, and it just has that general sense of, hey, this is what we've been working for, and let's go out and show everybody what we can do.
On the senior side here, I always like to talk about coaches about their seniors here once it gets down to the end of the year. And Camille Derringer first, just at 5'11", what has she provided for this year's team and throughout the program?
You know, Camille's been injured a good chunk of the season for us, and she's just made her way back in the last week and a half. So we're happy to see her back out on the floor, and I mean, she brings good size to the net to put up a big block and to get up and hit the ball. You know, and certainly senior leadership is always something that you welcome at this time of year.
And another senior here is your setter as well, and Horner. And the one thing I like to talk about setters, and maybe use a softball or baseball reference, the liberos and setters kind of remind me of a pitcher and catcher, so to speak, because they're going to be around the volleyball a lot. So what has she provided to this year's team?
You know, Haley has provided such a strong leadership for our team this year. She's been a kid that's played every single set and just done an awesome job of leading this crew this year. And we've got a lot of young kids with very little varsity experience this year, and she's just done a nice job of setting a tone that has been welcoming and really encouraged those kids to try and work every day in the gym and to be the best that they can be.
Final thing for you, ultimately, what do you want to see from Fargo Davies? When you guys are playing well, both from the back row to, you know, getting to the attack line here, what's something that you're going to be looking for here today against the Hawks?
You know, our biggest thing is we need to minimize the number of errors that we have. We didn't do that on Tuesday night versus North, and we were in it, and had we had 2-3 less errors, it probably would have gone the other way, and we'd be in a different position today. So just minimizing those errors, and some of that is nerves, some of that is just inexperience in tournament play, and hopefully we've grown from that experience on Tuesday, and today's a new day, and we'll see how it goes.
Carolyn, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here against West Fargo Horace.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And again, Fargo Davies head coach Carolyn Olson with us here on our pregame show. We'll continue after this.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
As we continue on the pregame show here, opening serve going to be closer to about a 12:05 or maybe closer to a 12:10 start, probably closer to a 12:10 start as we get ready for this volleyball match by the time we get through the national anthem and alongside the starting lineups here in this EDC volleyball contest in the Consolation Semifinals between the Fargo Davies Eagles and the West Fargo Horace Hawks. We heard from both coaches. Now it's time to take a look at some other things that are going on across the landscape of North Dakota for high school volleyball here out in the WDA out in Dickinson. Loser out games later today will feature Williston and Bismarck High this afternoon at 2 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Mountain. At Monmouth will go up against Dickinson in another loser out game. Then starting at 6 o'clock tonight Central will be Bismarck Century against Bismarck St. Mary's, and Jamestown will take it with the Bismarck Legacy Sabres. Same thing as today in the East out West. There's 4 matches. We'll go from 8 teams down to 6 that'll still be alive, and then 6 teams will be trimmed down to 4 after tomorrow with the state qualifiers and the WDA and EDC championship. Everything goes to the Class A state tournament then on Thursday, November the 17th through Saturday, November the 19th at the Bismarck Event Center. Everything gets underway at 1 o'clock from the East perspective. The 4 seed from the East will get things going at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. The 2 seed from the East will play at 3. The number 1 overall seed from the East, the champs, will play at 5, and the 3 seed from the East will play at 7 o'clock at night in the night camp on Thursday from the Bismarck Event Center. Taking a look at what happened last year in the EDC volleyball tournament. The champs went to the West Fargo Packers as they swept Fargo Shanley state qualifiers. Davies went over North 3-1, and Cheyenne went over Fargo South 3-0. This is a battle of a program that's been around the block now at Fargo Davies. 10 consecutive seasons that they've made it to the state tournament here, and they do have a state championship in their program's back pocket as well. They have 1 state title in program history that came back in 2019 in a 4-set win over Bismarck Century from the Fargo, but they've been consistent here. You can pretty much, like Bismarck Century, it's felt like for quite some time, not use pencil but use pen to put this particular program into the state tournament. On the opposite side for West Fargo Horace, it's been a blank canvas to start the entire season here. First year as a varsity program, and then next year they will actually have some seniors. So everything for Coach Hadley Steffen has been a learning experience from top to bottom and trying to get this program not necessarily up to speed, but used to going through an entire regular season, what a postseason looks like. This is their 3rd postseason match here in the EDC volleyball tournament, and if they can win here today, they'll get to a state qualifier and a chance in their first season here at a varsity program to make it to the state tournament as well. So that's what's at stake between both Fargo Davies and the West Fargo Horace Hawks. And a reminder, this broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. We come back, we'll take a look at our player profile, also some other volleyball matches that are going on across the state of North Dakota, what's happened in Class B so far here today or throughout the week as we get ready to finalize some other tournaments here later today or tomorrow, depending on what Mother Nature has brought in store. And if for those of you that are making your way to West Fargo, still a little bit icy in town here this morning, so give yourself a little bit more, maybe ample time to get to a particular volleyball match. And for those that are coming from Grand Forks, Red River as well, or for those fan bases that are just making their way, whether it's grandparents, whether it's family or friends coming to West Fargo High School. We will have this match and the next 3 after this, and also 3 matches tomorrow here from West Fargo High School. Take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll put a bow on our pregame show. It's Fargo Davies, it's West Fargo Horace, it's the Consolation Semifinals of the EDC Volleyball Tournament here on your liveevent.com.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Trace Tisberg. I'm confident on the stage, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
As we come back here, you can see the West Fargo Horace Hawks right there taking a look at Fargo Davies getting some of their final swings in here between the Eagles and alongside the Hawks here in this volleyball matchup. Still to come once we get to our post-game show. We'll name you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match, RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Match, and also we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one, whether it's the winning coach, the winning one or two players, that and more, all to come here on our post-game conversation as we get ready for match 1 of 3. A reminder, after this match concludes, we'll get to Fargo, Shanley, and Grand Forks Red River in another EDC Consolation Semifinal, and then we'll get to the semifinals between Fargo South and West Fargo High School at 4 o'clock. Then at 6 o'clock, it's West Fargo Cheyenne and Fargo North. All those matches are at approximate times, because if it's a 3-set sweep and let's say this match gets over at 1:10, for example, they're going to put 25-30 minutes on the clock and boom, get ready for the next match a little bit earlier on as well. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you as we'll take a look at some of our player profiles, and both teams are very youthful. For Fargo Davies, you have a couple seniors on this roster, and one of them unable to be playing here in Mila Miller here, the 6-foot senior, but Derringer, as we mentioned earlier, for Camille, a 5'11" right side hitter. She's been out with an injury for most of this season. Good to see her back here in the EDC Volleyball Tournament, and it's always nice when you have a setter as well, like a Haley Horner here for the Fargo Davies Eagles. But if they can get going here with a Seiler on the outside at 5'9", if you can add in a Lockway here, Leah, a 5'11" junior middle hitter, if she can control the net at particular moments in this match as well, that'll be awfully big, particularly going up against a 6'2" middle hitter on the opposite side for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Jaden Hale here, the 6'2" sophomore, a middle hitter. If she goes, that's going to lift the Hawks to another level, but they've been balanced this season at particular times. It's been maybe Piper Spikemeyer from the back row with some really good serves throughout this season. We've talked a little bit about Aster Loxon, a Schwayen and company as well, and Shaylee Bakun we've mentioned throughout this EDC regular season as well. So the Hawks, one of these things for Coach Hadley Steffen, she moved some rotational pieces around midway through this season, entering this postseason play. They had a couple of girls out sick as well on Tuesday against West Fargo Cheyenne, their sweep. So they're looking just to get a little bit healthier, find their rhythm here today against Fargo Davies. On the opposite side for the Eagles, trying to get back to another state qualifying match, and that's what they were at last year, defeating Fargo North 3-1. The winner of this contest will play the loser of Fargo South and West Fargo at noon. Coming up here tomorrow. That'll get underway again tomorrow with the loser of this contest. That does it for our pregame show. When we come back after this, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and the opening serve here today from West Fargo Horace High School for match number 1 of 4. Again, the loser of this match ends their season. The winner advances to a state qualifier tomorrow morning, that is, at 11 o'clock in the morning against the loser of Southwest Fargo, while the player of West Fargo Cheyenne North, the winner of that contest, moves to the EDC Championship. The loser will play the winner of our next contest for another state qualifier. That is Shanley and Red River coming up here on Saturday afternoon. We're back after this with the first serve and the starting lineups from West Fargo. It's the EDC Volleyball Tournament on YourLiveEvent.com.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
Mindak Market is located in the J.C. Penney wing in the West Acres Mall in Fargo with over 4,000 square feet of localness. Greg, Susan, Katie, Sarah, Melody, and staff are proud to promote the local products from North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Check out Mindak Market this holiday season to find the perfect stocking stuffers and samples of ready-to-go collections to ship. Stop by the store or check out their website at mindakmarket.com. That's mindakmarket.com to shop and order online.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
As we get ready for the starting lineups with the West Fargo Horace Hawks and the Fargo Davies Eagles. Right now, the Horace Hawks here, they wear in their black uniforms with the old gold uniforms here as they're going over their non-starters here on this Friday, Veterans Day. And a thank you again to all the veterans who have served here throughout your particular career and also throughout your life. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you here from West Fargo High School as we get ready for this volleyball match. The Fargo Davies Eagles 18-14 on this season, the number 5 seed, going up against the number 8 seed in the West Fargo Horace Hawks with a mark of 13 wins and 17 losses on the season. And now they'll go to the Fargo Davies Eagles here, non-starters as well, before they get to the starting lineups through this EDC Volleyball Tournament. Fargo Davies, as you see on their all-gold uniforms with the maroon numerals and lettering here, and with Davies across the front here for the Eagles. Carolyn Olson, the head coach for Fargo Davies. The West Fargo Horace Hawks, head coach by Hadley Steffen on the opposite side for the Hawks. Now to the starting lineups here. First for the West Fargo Horace Hawks here, it'll be Alyssa Murfield, the 5'4" sophomore Summerfeld. You have Gabby Sturlongson here, the sophomore at 5'10". Sydney Schwayen, the setter, a 5'7" junior. Piper Speckemeyer here, the freshman. Ella Livingston here, the 5'10" junior middle hitter. And Kelby Christofferson here, the freshman at 6 foot. And Jaden Hale here, the 6'2" middle hitter. So Summerfeld, Sturlongson, Schwayen, Speckemeyer, Livingston, Christofferson, and Hale here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. As we go from there to Fargo Davies, as Fargo Davies Eagles here, they will go as line gang here, the Fargo Davies Eagles, the 5'4" junior, Haley Horner, the 5'9" senior setter, Kayla Saylor, the 5'9" junior. You have Mackenzie Olson, the 5'9" junior outside hitter. Leah Lockway, a 5'11" junior. Camille Derringer here, and then Fallon Paginante, the freshman at 5'7". So you have Langang, Horner, Saylor, Olson, Lockway, Derringer, and Paginante here for the Fargo Davies Eagles, as we get this one ready to roll here from West Fargo High School on this Veterans Day Friday. Rally scoring, best of to 5. Win the first 3, you earn the sweep, you move on. Otherwise, you'll go to 4 or to 5. If we do go to 5, it would be up to 15, win by 2. As the teams will come on here with the opening handshakes, and then we'll get this one ready to go from West Fargo High School. The Horace Hawks and the Fargo Davies Eagles. One team will have their season wrap up today. One team 24 hours from now will still have their season alive and a chance to move on to a state tournament at the Bismarck Event Center as well, as the teams of Fargo, Shanley, and Grand Forks Red River sitting behind the respective teams here as well across the way, getting ready for their volleyball match a little bit later on. As our officials will take a look at the starting rotation, make sure everyone's in their proper set, and then we'll get this one underway here today from West Fargo High School. Mentioned some of the particulars earlier in Class B. Congrats goes to Angie Johnson and the Northern Cache Jaguars, winning Region 1 for a third consecutive season. Coach Lisa Strand and the Thompson Tommies are moving on out of Region 2. Region 3 will feature Linton HMB and Carrington. The Lions back-to-back state champs in Class B. New Rockford Cheyenne with the upset win in 4 over Langdon area Enmore Munich. Region 5 goes to Garrison. Region 3, our Redeemers in rugby. They're slated to play that later this afternoon coming into today. Dickinson Trinity, the 7th seed out of Region 7. And then Kenmare Bullbells out of Region 8. This one will come here as Spikermeyer for the opening serve. That'll be at 12:11 here on this Veterans Day Friday. Into the back, Spikermeyer there with the bump. This one goes to the outside here for West Fargo Horace. Down the line, that'll be out of play after the hit there by Jordan Christofferson, and the point will be awarded to the Fargo Davies Eagles. Paginante here will come on and serve the other way for Fargo Davies. Into the back dugout there by Libero Sommerfeld. This one outside, dugout in the back middle by Langang. Backs on the way here for Fargo Davies, and a hitting error will allow both teams to get their opening point here of this contest. Both coaches mentioned it once you get to postseason play. Just want to try to limit the errors as much as possible. Keep that ball over the net and put the pressure on the opposing team here from a defensive point of view. As a serve coming here for the Hawks. Here goes Fargo Davies. This one bumped into the back, hit over then on the third by Saylor. This one set up middle in Shui into the outside, tipped on the way, covered nicely by Fargo Davies. Bump to the outside is going to be Saylor again, and that's going to be into the net, and a point here for West Fargo Horace. Horace lost in 3 to Cheyenne, while Fargo Davies lost in 3 to Fargo North on Tuesday night from the Spartan Dome. We have that match for you here on YourLiveEvent.com with Josh Boyko. Fargo Davies set up middle. This is a big right-handed swing and hit for the Eagles, and Leah Lockway for the first kill here of this Friday afternoon here from Fargo. Make that West Fargo High School. Tied at 2 apiece here as the serve will come on by the aforementioned Lockway. A lot of times once you get to these particular times of a tournament, which team can really get an early indication for a set? Who can get up 4 or 5 points early? Backs it on the way by Schway, and Sterlongson there with the kill. Now makes it 3-2 for the Hawks. But just like in any sport, if you can play ahead of the 8 ball, you can afford some mistakes. You can afford a service or hitting error or 2. And that's what makes the opening points here of this EDC Volleyball loser out match ever so big. That one in for the ace. That one just kept slicing and slicing down the line. First ace here for West Fargo Horace and Dinelli. And they'll make it now 4-2. Service will continue here. This one will be into the back left corner, dug up by the libero there in Langang. To the outside here, blocked at the net after the hit there by Saylor. And Saylor gets this one up and over then on the third. Tied at the net, this one coming to the middle, and a chance for Fargo Davies. And Saylor will continue to play with this for the Eagles. Outside, Saylor goes down the line looking for the touch. Nothing was granted. 5-2 now for the Hawks. West Fargo Horace, first year as a varsity program, won 3 of 4 matches coming into this afternoon's game against Fargo Davies. Serve on the way. This one will be at the net for Horner, looking for the dump kill, goes to the opposite setter, and wearing number 4 there in Schwain with the cover. This one hit into the net, and the point will be awarded to Fargo Davies as the Eagles now trail it by 2, and they'll come to the service line here with Mackenzie Olson. The Fargo Davies Eagles, they've won 4 of their last 6 matches on the opposite side for the Eagles coming into this match. Coming up middle here, blocked at the net after the hard swing there by Livingston, and Schwain has to volley this one over on the third. Lion there, Horner set up middle, left-handed hit. That'll be out of play by Derringer, and the point goes to the Horace Hawks now at 6-3. Bakun will come on for the Hawks. The 5'8" sophomore outside hitter here for the Eagles. For the Hawks. This one will come on into the middle. Horner sets outside Sailor over the double block, kept alive in the back middle by Christofferson here and volleyed over then on the third for Bakun. Horner unable to get there, trying to get over the net. We're going to have a violation here. This would be a net violation here on Horace, so point will go to Fargo Davies. As the Eagles will go to the service line with Sailor, a 5'9" junior outside hitter. And she hits one into the net. Point will be awarded to the Hawks now at 7-4. First service error for either team, and this one will be against Fargo Davies as West Fargo Horace will come to the service line now, and this will be Olivia Shook, the 5'9" freshman. A middle hitter as well for head coach Hadley Steffen. This one a little knuckler for the ace. Shook will have the second ace here for Horace, and it's Horace. Since we've been tied at 2, it's been a 6-2 run here by the Hawks to get up by 4 over the Eagles. Lane gang quick hit, and that one's going to be another point awarded here to Horace. So far, the passes just haven't been there consistent enough from a back row point of view to allow Horner to put a good set on from Fargo Davies. For the Hawks, playing well early here in set number 1. This one at the net. Horner sets it outside here, coming to the attack line. On the swing there was Paginante, and this one is not going to get over, and the point will be awarded to Fargo Davies. Eagles will take the much-needed side out here as they will come onto the service line with the libero at 5'5" in lane gang. Both teams, and Coach Carolyn Olson said it in the pregame, saying, you know, this season we just went from a couple of years where we've had a lot of varsity experience to some girls now getting their first chance at it, and sometimes as sophomores or juniors, you playing going up against a squad that might have 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 like Cheyenne seniors that just had a ton of experience playing together on a team, and it's shown so far this season for head coach Leah Newton's Mustangs. With Fargo Davies, though, the number 5 overall seed, to the outside here will earn the tip, covered on the way by the Hawks by Bakun, and then this one gets volleyed over by Sturlock since check that Sommerfeld here on the third. Outside, down the line, good coverage there by Christofferson. West Fargo Horace goes outside with Bakun. This one blocked at the net, and the Hawks do a really good job keeping this one alive on the ricochet. Horner set up middle, Lockway one-on-one opportunity, and Hale was there for the partial deflection. Schwayen up and over on the third. Horner sets up outside for Fargo Davies. Paginante for the kill. Longest volley of the match goes to the Fargo Davies Eagles for the point. Now at 9-7, service coming up here for Langang for the Eagles. Fargo Davies trails it now by 2. This one floats across the way for West Fargo Horace. Hale set up, nice cross-court hit. This one somehow kept alive after the sprawling attempt by Mackenzie Olson in the back. Horace goes, and that'll be out of play. Give Olson the hockey assist on that one, as that looks like it was going to be a defiant point here for Hale. Instead, it's Fargo Davies now that has rattled off 3 consecutive points and a chance to tie at the service line. Libero to libero here on the serve. Outside tipped on the way for the kill for Horace, and that'll be with Bakun. Bakun will earn her first kill of the match. So far for these teams early in this set, it's not so much been about quality offense as much as they're taking advantage of just some poor hitting from either team. But what we would expect, no school today on a Veterans Day for these two particular teams. A little bit of a snow day yesterday where West Fargo Public Schools went to a virtual learning setting. This one will be hit into the net, unable to get over on the third. Point for Fargo Davies, and just you don't play normally at noon on a Friday, so you're mentally ready maybe for school, but not so much for a volleyball match. But so far that hasn't hurt either team too much, as it's nearly 0-0 on the scoreboard. This one comes Hale. That one will be a quick play on the way. Cindy Schwain with the assist. Jaden Hale with her first kill of the afternoon. 11-9 for the Horace Hawks. West Fargo Horace, first year as a varsity program here, trying to get to their first state qualified match in program history with a win. To do so, going up against one of the more dominant teams in the EDC, and that's going to be a kill. That's going to be a block at the net for a point for Jordan Christofferson. Christofferson and Hale were there for the block party, and for the Horace Hawks now, they've won back-to-back points as they'll continue at this service line. Spikermeyer here will come on. This one will be in there for the ace, now at 13-9. 4 aces to none so far here for Davies, and that has been the difference on our scoreboard. Could be an early RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match at the service line here for the Hawks. Davies, Horner, set outside 10-foot line. This one blocked at the net after the hit on the way there by Mackenzie Olson. Hale was part of the block party as well on the outside, and a timeout on the floor will break with him. 14-9, Horace over Fargo Davies. It's the EDC Volleyball Tournament on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you here. Coach Carolyn Olson takes a timeout here on the floor. So as we take a look at their bench here, it's their first timeout against for the Eagles, and they're trailing it by one of their largest deficits of the first set here at 14-9. Earlier today from the Fargo Dome here on YourLiveEvent.com, Joel Morgan and Melvin Whitney Jr. had a barn burner at the Dome. Kudos goes out to Velva Drake Animus Garrison with a 2-point win over Central Cass and Tommy Butler's Squirrels, but an awfully good football championship game at the Fargo Dome for 1 of 4, and that's what we're expecting here. Some good volleyball back and forth on this particular court here in West Fargo. This one down the line, going to be a point awarded to the Hawks. That'll be Christofferson, and it'll be now 15-9. The back judge for a moment said it went out of play over, and the head official didn't see it, so nothing was called, and everyone kind of froze for a second, running what was going to happen. But the Hawks still will be awarded the point now, up by 6, down the line on the hit. This one comes for a Horner into the back. Saylor able to get it over. Good spot in the back corner, and Saylor earns her first kill of the match here for Fargo Davies now at 15-10. Both teams get 2 timeouts per set. If you don't use it, you'll lose it as you go to the next particular set. Set on the way, and a serve here by Paginante. Running jump serve back left corner for Fargo Davies here. We'll see what Horace does. They push it over on the third by Christofferson. Horner goes outside. Saylor at the attack line. This one to the back, kept alive by Spikermeyer. Outside here on the hit by Christofferson. Covered nicely by Saylor. Middle here for Lockway, and she's going to earn the kill. Lockway with her second kill here for Fargo Davies. So after the timeout, 1 point Horace, 2 points Eagles, and Fargo Davies will come on with the serve. As they handle it here with Paginante, this one will go into the back. Schway in there with the bump as this one goes to the 10-foot line, and that'll be hit out of play on the hitting error. And Davies now earns another point, clawing their way back here in set number 1. Serve upcoming will continue by Fallon, the 5'7" freshman here. Part of 2 freshmen on the roster for Coach Carolyn Olson and the Eagles. This one comes across, nicely done there by Fallon to keep that one in the quarter play. Seiler gets it over then on the third. Schwayen, she'll go outside here on the hit. This will be with Christofferson, a sprawn attempt in the back there by Langang. This will come now to Schwayen. Schwayen back set on the way. This one blocked at the net, and West Fargo Horace able to volley this one over on the second by Sommerfeld. Horner, middle, Lockway, cross court, and that one is going to be kept alive and hit over on the third. Here comes Fargo Davies outside. Saylor here off the block for the kill. And one of the longest volleys of the match goes to Fargo Davies this time as the Eagles are starting to find their stride here in the first. And the Eagle faithful chanting, "Let's go Eagles," on the near sideline. Schwayen back set, 10-foot line pushed over down the line. Here goes Fargo Davies now. They'll back set it the other way, and this will be in for the tip kill for the Eagles. Mackenzie Olson earns the kill here, and after the timeout at 14-9, just 1 point here for the Hawks. On the opposite side, it's been 5 so far for the Eagles as Paginante will continue to serve. Coming up middle, Hale into the back, and Langang is there for the dig. 10-foot line, Saylor looking for the tip. Schwayen able to get this one back over on the Eagles side. Horner set up middle, tip by Lockway, and a perfect 2-by-2 corner in the back right. And we're knotted at 15 apiece. Lockway now with 3 kills, and we're tied at 15. It's been our first tie since it was 2-2. Serve here by Fargo Davies. My Paginante will continue into the back to Sommerfeld. Back set Schwayen pushed over here then on the third by West Fargo Horace with Sterlachsen. Outside Sailor blocked at the net. This one off the net here and actually going under. We'll have a lift here on the Eagles. So point goes to West Fargo Horace at 16-15. Still to come after this match concludes, Fargo Shanley, Grand Forks Red River in another loser out contest here in the EDC Volleyball Tournament. They split during the regular season between the Deacons and the Rough Riders. Horner able to chase that one down. Sailor at the 10-foot line into the back. Schwayen with the bump. She'll go outside, pushed over there by the Hawks. Horner outside Sailor. This one tipped, a big rainbow that comes over the net. Schwayen outside on the way with Christofferson. Lockway keeps it moving and able to bump it over on the third was Paginante. Schwayen, middle, coming, hit, and that'll be out of play. Was there any touch with the hit by Livingston? There was not, and the point will go to Fargo Davies as we're knotted at 16 apiece. Lockway on to serve here. As she does, this one will come into the back. Bump by Schwayen to the outside down the line. That one will be out of play, and the point here for Fargo Davies. Fargo Davies, they have yet to lead here in this first set. It's been either tied or a Hawks lead. And right now, on the opposite side here, it's Fargo Davies with the momentum since the timeout. This one, a knuckler for the ace. This will be with Leah Lockway. That'll be the first ace here for Fargo Davies, and Coach Hadley Steffen wants a timeout. We'll break with them. Davies up by 3.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here of the EDC Volleyball Tournament. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk, Joel Morgan will be joining the party a little bit later on as we take a look at the West Fargo Horace bench right now with Hadley Steffen using her first time out after it was a 14-9 Hawks lead. It's now an Eagle lead here at 18-16. So it's been the tables have turned with 9 points for the Eagles compared to just 2 on the opposite side for the Hawks. And the winner takes set number 1 here to try to get up 1-love early here in this EDC loser out contest in Class A North Dakota Volleyball. Back set on the way after the timeout, covered nicely by Horner. This one gets bumped to the outside. Sailor for the tip at the net, and she is going to get blocked at the net by Sterlachsen. Gabby with the block there, and the Hawks will take the chance at the service line to tie here against the Eagles. So it's coming on to serve will be Danelli. The 5'6" freshman here for Horace. This one floats across. Horner, where does she go? Sets up middle. Derringer able to tip it over. This one coming to down the line after the tip there. Horner covers it nicely. Back bumped and hit with the right hand there by Seiler. Bump Schwayen outside, able to get it over on the third. Langang, Horner outside. Sailor comes to the attack line for the kill. Sailor and Lockway with 3 kills apiece to lead the court here for Fargo Davies as they lead it now by 2 on our scoreboard. Serve here by Mackenzie Olsen, the 5'9" junior outside hitter for Coach Olsen here, and the Eagles are chopping their way here late in this first set. Bump to the outside. Schwayen is there off the block. Dug out by Sailor, and this one has to try to get volleyed over, and Sailor and Fallon just unable to communicate as which one was going to hit it, and the Hawks will take advantage of the air. Service for the Hawks will be joining Christofferson, the 5'9" 8th grader here. Outside hitter for Coach Steffen. This one comes across the net. Outside here, Sailor goes over that double block for the kill. Horace was able to get enough of it, but Sailor went through the block, got the kill. Now 20-18 Davies. The winner of this contest will play tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock against the loser of Fargo South and West Fargo High School coming up later in semifinal 1 of 2 today here from West Fargo High School. Horner set up outside here. This one, the aggressive power tip across the way. We're going to have a net violation on Horace here now at 21-18. Largest lead for Fargo Davies in the opening set. Another point here by Fargo Davies. We might see another timeout by the Horace Hawks. Service on the way for Sailor goes short as Schwayen able to keep this one in and volleyed over then all the way by the libero in Sommerfeld. Set up middle here. Derringer, that's in for the kill. Camille with the kill here to make it now 22-18, and we're going to get a substitution now into the contest as the Hawks will be coming in. As Caitlin Grabowski will come on here and play in the back here for Horace. Davies with Sailor. We'll go to the libero there in Sommerfeld. Schwayen going to be tied at the net. Somehow, though, musters that one over on the third. Outside on the way here is going to be on the cross-scored hit by Fallon. Outside now for West Fargo Horace and Bakun. Horner with the bump, able to get it over on the back and forth. This one coming up middle, blocked at the net. The one-on-one block here by Derringer. And we do have a timeout on the floor. We'll break with them. Davies 23-18. It's the EDC Volleyball Tournament on YourLiveEvent.com.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
As we see on our crowd cam here, waiting for the next volleyball match, some of the Fargo Shanley Deacon players and the Grand Forks Red River players in attendance here, as they will be playing at 2 o'clock or after the conclusion of when this one wraps up here. So we will have our fan cam out throughout this volleyball tournament as well. Great to see West Fargo High School here with this new bleachers here this season. And a nice venue, intimate venue, even though it's a lot of people can, over 1,000 plus can come in and watch, but very intimate venue at particular times as well throughout this EDC Volleyball Tournament for match 1 of 7 today and tomorrow total. Horner able to get this one over. The Hawks have to get it bumped over on the third. They do, but out of play. The point will be awarded to Fargo Davies. Set point opportunity here for the Eagles at 24-18. They were down 14-9 at one point here in this set. And since that timeout by Coach Carolyn Olson, it's been all Eagles. Schwayen will have to get this one over on the way, and she gets the kill. Well, the Hawks needed that one as they will go to the service line still with a heartbeat here in the first set. Service upcoming now for Horace into the back. The Hawks 13 wins, 17 losses on the season. It looks like Ulmer will be coming on here, the sophomore outside hitter. That one floats over across. Horner set up outside. Good job by the aforementioned Ulmer to keep that one alive. 10-foot line up and over on the hit. That'll be with Bakun. Horner set up middle. That's going to be Derringer as Schwayen is there on the cover. This one coming middle, tipped across the other side. Fargo Davies bumps it up and able to get that one over with Paginante. Horace right now miscommunication, and that one is going to get over on the third. Horner quickly trying to finish it off on the second. Coming middle, backs it on the way. Schwayen on the move on the slide out of play, and the point, and the set will be awarded to Fargo Davies. Opening set goes to the Eagles 25-19. Our second set here from West Fargo Horace High School is coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As we come back here, the Fargo Davies Eagles take set number 1, 25-19. They closed out the first set on a 16-5 run. They were trailing at 14-9. Coach Carolyn Olson takes a timeout, and Davies closes on a 16-5 run to take the opening set here on this EDC Volleyball closeout match here from West Fargo High School. The Eagles trying to get to their 19th win of the season. Well, for the Hawks, trying to get to win number 14. More importantly, a win allows you to play tomorrow morning here in the EDC Volleyball Tournament. Take a look at a season ago. Coach of the Year went to Leah Newton from West Fargo Cheyenne, and Senior Athlete of the Year went to Nadia Fiakuski of the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Some players that are going to be watching a little bit later on that were all EDC selections from a season ago. Emma Dalby from Fargo South, Raina Fiakuski from West Fargo, and Bogenreef and Wansdorp from West Fargo Cheyenne. We'll see them on a little bit later on throughout the day here at West Fargo High School. This broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association here on YourLiveEvent.com. If you miss any of the action, you can again go to our website for the complete tournament schedule of what's later today, and also if you missed any of our tournament action, you can check that out as well from the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments, what happened on the Minnesota side of the river, in a couple of these Section 8 and 8AA volleyball tournaments and more. State volleyball going on this weekend in Minnesota. Next week, state volleyball gets underway Thursday through Saturday out in Bismarck. So a lot of stuff to wrap up here the fall season. After today from the Fargo, it'll just be volleyball that's left in North Dakota before we get to the basketball, wrestling, and girls and boys hockey season here as well. As we get ready to play that opening set, took about 25 minutes. Fargo Davies on to serve here with Horner to get things going. As this one's going to be tipped at the net, and the point will be awarded here to Fargo Davies. As that one was to the outside here for Fargo Davies, with Mackenzie Olson with the block here to make it an early 1-0 edge here for the Eagles. As continuing to serve will be Horner. Schwayne with the bump, backs it on the way, pushed over on the third there by Sterlockson. Horner set outside here. Paginante cross-court. Sommerfeld able to get that one to Hale for the kill. A quick pass that went to Hale. She had to just react and able to hit it over with her right fist for the kill. And we're knotted at one apiece. Dug out in the back, again by Sommerfeld. The aforementioned Alyssa will be on to serve. High school volleyball here today from West Fargo High School. Once we get to our post-game show, we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one. And then about 25 minutes in between the first match and the second match as we'll get ready for the second contest a little bit later on. As another big wind and deliver by Leah Lockway for the middle hitter. She's got 4 kills so far here for Fargo Davies. Service on the way for Paginante. This one comes into the back for the Hawks here. They'll set it up, and this one will get over then on the third on the hit there by Livingston. Coming up middle, that'll be a kill again for Lockway. She's got 5 now for the Eagles, and the serve will continue here for Fargo Davies at 3-1. Fallon will continue to serve, and Fargo Davies has found their footing, no question about it, late in the first, and they're carrying that over here into the second set. Backs on the way, blocked at the net, and that block is going to be there by Lockway. And it's been the Lockway party here the last couple of points for the Eagles. As the running jump serve will come on here for Fargo Davies, that'll be out of play. Fargo Davies with 1 service error in the first set, 1 in the second here as well. West Fargo Horace with 0 service errors. They're led by Jaden Hale with kills and aces so far. Right now at the service line, though, it's the Hawks with 4 aces compared to 1 for Fargo Davies. This one's going to be hit down the line. Set up, back set on the way. This one up and over on the hit. Sommerfeld with the bump. This one will be coming here with Christofferson, and that one is going to be blocked at the net. There's a point going to be awarded here. Olsen with another block now makes it 5-2. So good start here in the second set for Coach Olsen and the Eagles here, as the running jump serve will be coming on the way with Lockway. Horace to the outside, Schwain up and over on the hit. Horner with the bump. Saylor here to the attack line over the block, kept alive by Sommerfeld. This one comes to Schwain here. Sommerfeld will have to bump this one as she does near side of Christofferson. Kept alive by Lockway. Coming up outside Saylor here. Now she'll try to take a line shot as this one comes right back over on the Eagles quarter play. There is Derringer for the tip and kill. So Camille now has 2 kills. It's 6-2 Eagles. And Fargo Davies are trying to start off fast here in this second set and hide a little bit from the Hawks. This one to the back. Horace with the bump outside Schwayen. This one blocked at the net, and that'll be blocked by Derringer. And now it's 7-2 here for Fargo Davies. Eagles have won the battle of the net so far. 5 blocks that have resulted in points, and it's been recent here to close out the first set and to start this second. Service on the way. This one will come to the 10-foot line for the Hawks. Coming up middle, pushed over, covered by Fargo Davies. Outside, Saylor with the power tip down the line. And the Hawks here, they'll push it over on the third with Christofferson. This one comes outside, cross court on the hit, and Saylor earns the point. Went down the line a couple of times, and now she goes cross court on that hit, makes it 8-2 Eagles. It's coming on now for Horace, so it'll be Heilman, the 5'3 sophomore setter, will be coming on here. This one into the back. Schwain with the bump. Outside on the way. This will be with Christofferson blocked at the net. Schwain coming off on the slide here down the line. Kept alive, though, by Lockway. Outside, Saylor, tip over, and this one, Sommerfeld keeps it going and volleyed over on the third by Horace. Horner set up middle, Derringer back left corner. Horace now with a quick pass outside here through the double block on the hit by Christofferson, and that'll be a kill. One of the better passes that we've seen here for the Hawks, as it's now 8-3 Fargo Davies. Give Christofferson the kill. That was one of the better plays that we've seen from Horace here in just terms of keeping the ball alive, and on top of that, just find a way to keep that one moving throughout here for Horace, and really good sense by Schwain on that particular volley. Here's Saylor over the block. This one gets backed over on the right hip by Bakun. Coming outside is Saylor again, tipped down the line. That'll be out of play. Back-to-back points here for Horace. See if Horace can find their footing a little bit now here in the second set with a couple consecutive points. For those of you that are just joining us, Fargo Davies won the first set 25-19. That'll be out of play, just missing an ace here for the Hawks. That'll be their first service there of the second set. At one time, it was 14-9 Horace in the first set, but Davies closed out on a 16-5 run to take it in set number 1. As coming on to serve now for Fargo Davies will be Olsen. McKenzie with the running jump serve into the back. This one unable to get over, and that's a point here for Fargo Davies. At 10-4, and Coach Hanley Steffen just looking for her team to work out of a little bit of a adjustment here in the second set. As this one will be hit into the net, and the Hawks will get it right back. On the service line so far, we haven't seen too many errors. So early in set number 1, maybe just some jitters, or just the fact that it's a Friday early afternoon here, not having school either, to kind of get out of a little bit of a rust after playing on Tuesday. But since then, we've seen a lot better quality hits here and quality passes from both teams. That one will just miss on the outside here by Derringer. Point will be awarded here to Horace now at 10-6. EDC Volleyball Tournament, 3 more matches today, 3 tomorrow as well, all here on yourliveevent.com. Go to yourliveevent.com to check out our schedule throughout the rest of the week, or simply subscribe to our YouTube page by searching Your Live Event. Hits off the ribbon, it goes as an ace here for the Hawks. Olivia Shook there with the ace, and Horace now with 5 aces here on the afternoon. But again, you can hit subscribe there. Check out our Your Live Event Coaches show on Wednesday nights with area coaches. And also get ready for the upcoming state volleyball tournament next week as well. That one will be a net violation here on Sailor. Point will be awarded here to Horace. So the Hawks now with 4 consecutive points to trim that deficit down to 2 here in the second set. Service will be coming here with Horace. This one able to get over. Horner here at the 10-foot line, bumps it. Tipped on the way by Sailor Schwayen. This one going to be the right hit, but unable to get it over with Christofferson. Point will be awarded here to Fargo Davies. Now it officially kind of feels like winter with the last couple of 24 to 48 hours here. And a pretty good fall, all things considered, for everyone to get some projects done. Sailor earns the ace here for Fargo Davies. Whether it was in the field or maybe you're just taking care of your garden, it was, all things considered, a pretty nice fall. But now winter is officially upon us as we get ready for Thanksgiving here in a couple of weeks. Less than 2 weeks now from this past Thursday. Very busy week with election, Veterans Day today. All these tournaments that have gone on in North Dakota, Class B and Class A here at the volleyball. Also in West Fargo, here is the state swimming and diving tournament as well. Schwayen looking for the dump kill, covered here by Fargo Davies, and the Eagles get it over on the second outside here through the block for the kill for the Hawks. Shaylee Baccoon with her first kill of the set. She's got 2 in the match, and the Hawks right now trailing it by 3. But again, busy time of the year, but a fun time of the year here in sports as you wind down the end of the season through the postseason here. And Schwayen will come on to serve as she does. This one just comes over. Teed up for a chance here for the Hawks. Now tight at the net. Schwayen is trying to bump it over on the second. Unable to do so, 13-9. It's one that Horace would have liked to see one of their middle hitters just go up and attack that ball and finish off the point. Instead, trying to play it, and then all of a sudden, as you do, Schwayen just didn't have an opportunity, but Davies will give it right back on their third service error here of the set. 4th in the match, and now it's going to be coming on here for the Hawks here with Piper Spikemeyer. The 5'4" freshman as Piper will come on. Service on the way here, upcoming for the Hawks. As this one will come into the back. 10-foot line, Horner to the outside here. Fallon able to get it through that block for the kill. On top of the block here for Paginante. She's gets Fargo Davies one step closer here as they're over the midway point of the second set and trying to get it to the advantage here. As Fargo Davies will come on here with Horner to serve as she does. Schwayen set up outside here, tipped across, blocked at the net, then pushed right back over quickly here by Olsen from Davies. This one pushed over on the way by Horace and Sterlockson. Up and over on the way, covered nicely by Sommerfeld. Schwayen set up outside, blocked at the net, covered there by Hale. Schwayen back set over the double block, and Langang does a nice job of keeping that one in the quarter play and bumped over then on the third by Horner. Schwayen goes middle, Hale through the double block here. This one hit down the line, out of play, point to West Fargo Horace. Scrappy point for who was ever going to win that one, and it goes to the Hawks. Sommerfeld on the way to serve here. Sommerfeld will come on here for West Fargo Horace. The Hawks trailing it by 3 in set number 2 after losing set 1, 25-19 to the Eagles. Lockway with the tip and kill. Leah is having a really nice afternoon here and putting in an opportunity for our Enbridge Energy player of the match as the serve will come here for Davies up by 4. Service on the way, and we'll have a rotation violation here on the Hawks, now making it 16-11. We'll see if Hallie Steffen gets a timeout here. She does. We'll break as well. Timeout on the floor. Davies up by 5 here in the second set. It's the EDC Volleyball Tournament on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
16-11 here. Time on the floor by the West Fargo Horace Hawks here as Horace trails it by 5 in the second set of the EDC Volleyball Tournament. Davies 16-11 right now with the edge after taking set number 1 again, 25-19. Lockway with 6 kills. Sailor's got 5, and then you got 2 apiece by Bakun, Christofferson, and Hale so far for West Fargo Horace. But they've had the aces 5-3, but at this net, it's been more of the Eagles than the Hawks here on yourliveevent.com. 16-11, Fargo Davies with the edge. As Davies here will come on to serve after the timeout. This will be with Fallon, as Fallon will come on here for the running jump serve as she does. Sommerfeld with the dig, back set by Schwayen. Horace going cross court on the hit. Was that touched, or is it going to be out of play? And they're going to say it's going to be out of play. There was no touch. 17-11 here for Fargo Davies. So service coming now for the Eagles, and this will be with Fallon. As Fallon will come on here, this one up and over. Sommerfeld is there. Schwain with the set to the outside here for the Hawks down the line. Horner is there, kept alive by Langang, up and over for Sailor. Schwayen high into the ceiling. This one able to get over on the third on the hit by Christofferson. Horner set up middle. Lockway rips it, and that one is going to be in for the point. It's now 18-11. And after the timeout by the Hawks, back-to-back points here for Fargo Davies as they again are looking for the sweep here in this volleyball contest. As Fallon will come onto the service line into the back. 10-foot line by Schwayen, backset on the way. This one gets hit. Kept moving here for Fargo Davies. Outside here for Sailor cross court. Sommerfeld is there. Schwayen to the outside for the Hawks. This one will be out of play. Point awarded to Davies now at 19-11. And it's coming on to serve. Again will be Fallon. The Eagles have led wire to wire here in this second set. The only tie was at 1 apiece, but since then it's been all Fargo Davies here in the second, and an ace. Fallon with the 4th ace here for the Eagles and their 3rd in this set. Horace right now just looking for something positive to come their route for a moment or two. As this will come across now for Fargo Davies. As this one will be hit to the outside, blocked at the net. And this will be a point here for Fargo Davies. Kenzie Olsen part of the block party to make it 21-11. Service on the way here for the Eagles. That one into the back. This one coming up, this one over on the second. Davies here will handle it, 10-foot line. Sailor's going to be blocked. That'll be in for the point here for the Hawks. Nice job by Ella Livingston there with the block here for Horace as they trail it now 21-12. Service upcoming here for Horace as this will be coming across here with Heilman. Heilman comes on to serve as she does into the back. Middle setup here outside. This one tipped on the way, and that's going to be a kill here for the Eagles with Sailor. Fargo Davies now 3 points away from taking this second set and getting up 2-0 here in this volleyball match. As this one will come here for Fargo Davies across. Schwayen, Sommerfeld has to volley this one over as she's able to do. Horner here set up outside. Sailor through the double block and a monster kill. Sailor now has her 7th here for the Eagles, and it's 23-12. Fargo Davies with the number 23 in Lockway to the service line. As Lockway will come on here down the line. Schwayen is there, can't get there, and a point to the Eagles. Davies playing awfully well here in this second set. Service upcoming here for Lockway. As she handles it, this one will come into the middle. Schwayen set up, this one tipped across on the way by the Hawks there in Livingston. Outside Sailor for the tip. Schwayen is there for the bump to the outside. Here is going to be Ulmer. Horner middle on the way, Derringer. Schwayen is there As this is going to be Ulmer again to the outside. Good spot for Lockway. Horner looking for the dump kill. Covered. Schweyen able to get it over with her left hand. And this one will go to the outside on the way. Saylor up and over. Covered on the way by the Hawks. Ulmer with the push. This one outside Saylor here. Cross score on the hit. Covered again here by Sommerfeld. This one comes into the net. And the second set will be for the Fargo Davies Eagles here as they take it 25-12. Set number 1 went to the Eagles 25-19. Set number 2 goes to the Eagles 25-12. Our third set coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Mindak Market is located in the J.C. Penney wing in the West Acres Mall in Fargo with over 4,000 square feet of localness. Greg, Susan, Katie, Sarah, Melody, and staff are proud to promote the local products from North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Check out Mindak Market this holiday season to find the perfect stocking stuffers and samples of ready-to-go collections to ship. Stop by the store or check out their website at mindakmarket.com. That's mindakmarket.com to shop and order online.
I'm Carrie Hepper. Rodeo takes confidence. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
DJ Coulter through American Family Insurance provides all of our insurance needs. We have both vehicles through him. We have our house coverage through him. We have an umbrella through him. We're with another large insurance provider for 20 years, and to make a change was a very big deal to us. DJ himself sat down with my husband and I and went through all of our policies, everything that we were looking to switch. I would certainly recommend the DJ Coulter Agency as they are so helpful. If I have a question and I call, someone actually answers the phone. I send an email and I get a response promptly. If I want a one-on-one meeting with anyone, they will meet with us, and DJ will meet with you as well. Plus, I love how they give back to the community. My family, my children play a lot of sports. No matter what event we go to, you are going to see the DJ Coulter Agency name there, and that shows how they give back to the community in which they serve, and I love that.
As we're back here on YourLiveEvent.com, Fargo Davies, West Fargo Horace. It was Fargo Davies to take the second set, 25-12 here from West Fargo High School. So far led by the Lockway and Saylor show of 7 kills apiece. 5 aces here for Davies. They do have 4 service errors. 5 aces for Horace with just 1 service error on the opposite side. The Hawks led by Bakun, Christofferson, and Hale so far with kills in a volleyball match that started at 12-11 here. After this one concludes, about 25 minutes after this one wraps up, we'll get to our second volleyball consolation semifinal with Grand Forks Red River and Fargo Shanley. And then later tonight, or this afternoon into the evening, slated for 4 o'clock as West Fargo Horace and South, and 6 o'clock is Cheyenne and Fargo North. But again, if these matches wrap up a little bit earlier, they're going to get ready and get set for the next volleyball match here from West Fargo High School. Taking it last year was West Fargo over Shanley in the championship, and state qualifiers was Fargo Davies and West Fargo Cheyenne. Davies finishing 7th place last season here at state. But right now trying to get back to a state qualifiers, the first things first here for the Eagles. On the opposite side now for Fargo Davies. Where are they going to go on this one? As this is going to be to Saylor, blocked at the net. That'll be out of play, and Saylor will earn it. Point here for the Eagles as they take an early lead, as they did in the first. Make that the second set. Saylor will be coming to the service line now here for Fargo Davies. As this one will be in the back. Schweyen set up middle here. Hale for the tip. Fargo Davies pushes it over then with Horner. This one bumped outside on the way through the double block. Lane Gang is there. outside. Paginante here down the line, kept alive by Schwayen. West Fargo Horace going to be blocked at the net by Paginante. Schwayen quickly. This one up and over on the hit by Christofferson. Backs it on the way. This one down and for a kill for Fargo Davies. Give Horner the assist, Olsen the kill, and the Eagles up 2-love here in the third set. Fargo Davies trying to fend off the Horace Hawks for a third time this season, sweeping the Hawks and then taking 1 in 4 against West Fargo Horace the last time they played. And this one will be 4 hits, and Davies will take a 3-love lead here. A team with some experience, though, for Fargo Davies here with a couple of their seniors. That can go a very long way once you get to this time of the year. On the opposite side now for West Fargo Horace, again, all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So any more time that they can get on the court this season just will provide some more opportunities for next year here as a varsity program. As this one's going to get tipped over and hit across here for Fargo Davies. Lauren Barth here, the sophomore 5'8" middle hitter, makes it 4-0 here for the Eagles. Been a really nice season for West Fargo Horace this year. They went to 5 with Fargo North and South, able to beat North earlier this season. This one's going to be blocked at the net for the tandem block there of Paginante and Barth, and might have an early timeout. We do. Time on the floor by the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Fargo Davies up 5-love here in the EDC Volleyball Tournament on yourliveevent.com.
Hey, what you doing?
Crawling around under my planter trying to figure out if I need any maintenance parts replaced.
It's harvest time, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but the guys at RDK Enterprises keep reminding me to check now, just in case I need something ordered.
What do I look for?
Just give RDK a call and ask some questions. They are the guys I go to for answers.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will answer all of your planter questions or come out to your farm and take a look at your planter. Give us a call, 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
5-0. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you here after the timeout by the West Fargo Horace Hawks as you're taking a look at their bench with some final instructions. Here is the Hawks just looking to get something positive going down their direction after the timeout here. On the opposite side for Fargo Davies, this is literally a closeout set win. You advance to tomorrow. This one will be tipped at the net after the hit there by Sturlongson here, so Gabby earns the kill to make it now 5-1. Sommerfeld will come on and serve now for the Hawks as they'll try to get something brewing here from the service line. Really good start to the match for Horace, getting up 14-9 in the first, but since then it's been all on the side of the left hand, and the team wearing the gold uniforms in Fargo Davies. That one will be out of play now, 6-1 here for Davies. Service on the way for the Eagles with Langang, as Langang will come on here for Fargo Davies. As she does, the knuckler comes across. Eagles backs it on the way, 10-foot line, cross score on the hit here for the Hawks. That'll be out of play now, make it 7-1. They're asking for a touch, and they will give the touch there, so that'll be 6-2, excuse me. So we'll take a look at that score, and everything is good to go there. Service on the way, Sturlongson there with the kill. Service on the way for the Hawks here in Donnelly. As Donnelly will come on here to the service line. This one into the back. Coming up middle, big hit by Lockway into the net. Point is awarded here to the Hawks. I'll make it 6-3. Service here for Horace. Donnelly will come on here for the Hawks. As she does, this one to the back. Langang is there. Coming up middle is Lockway. Tipped over for the kill. Leah's got her 8th kill to now make it 7-3 here for Fargo Davies as they will come on to the service line and continue here. High school volleyball today here on yourliveevent.com. Coming up next will be Shanley and Grand Forks Red River. And the semifinals will be following that as well here later tonight. South and West Fargo Horace at 4 o'clock is a schedule. Then Cheyenne against Fargo North is the nightcap. This one blocked at the net by Lockway. And Lockway has had herself a fine afternoon. 8 kills, 4 blocks. That's resulted in points. And it's 8-3 Fargo Davies here. Serve will continue by the Eagles into the back. Sommerfeld there with a dig. Schwayen set up middle. This one tipped over on the third on the hit by Livingston. Now it comes outside. Paginante with the power tip across. Schwayen there, the 10-foot line. Able to muster one over on the third was Jordan Christofferson. This one bumped is Derringer, and she hits one into the net. Point will be awarded here to West Fargo Horace as they now trail it by 4. As Bakun returns here. Christofferson with the ace here. Point is awarded to West Fargo Horace. And Christofferson gets her first ace of the match. One of 5 Hawks players so far with an ace here in this one. Another good running jump serve, and she does it again. So back-to-back aces to make it now 8-6. And from the service line, that ace can be a different change of momentum here as Fargo Davies will have Caitlin Krenz now will come on here as Paginante will check out. So Krenz will be into the back, and we'll see where West Fargo Horace goes with Christofferson. Christofferson goes right to Caitlin Krenz. This one outside here. Big hit by Derringer out of play, and the point will get awarded here to the Horace Hawks. 3 straight points by Horace as Horace in a must-need-it third set here of the EDC Volleyball Tournament to keep their season alive. If they lose in this third, they will wrap up their year with a 13-8 overall record as the first year of a varsity program. Derringer gets it over on the third for the Hawks here. Backs it on the way. Schwayen up and over. Derringer on the cover. This one coming middle, hard hit by Lockway. Kept alive by Sommerfeld. Outside on the way on the hit for the Hawks. That'll be with Bakun, and that's going to be a point here, making it 8 apiece. Bakun with a kill now in every set for Horace, and we're tied for the first time in this third set. The Hawks finding a little traction here early in the third. This one into the net. Point will be awarded to Fargo Davies. Just the second service error of the afternoon here for Horace. Davies to serve with one of the 2 freshmen on the roster for Coach Olson and Caitlin Krenz. This one comes over. Set outside here. Bakun over that double block. This one at the 10-foot line outside Sailor here. That'll be out of play. And now we're on it at 9 apiece after this set there by Hope Schlenker. It's 9-9. The Hawks will come on here with the serve, as Shuck will come to the service line here for West Fargo Horace. Set 1 went to Davies 25-19. Set 2 went to Davies 25-12. For the Eagles, and Sailor able to get this one across. And for West Fargo Horace, able to bump it over then on the third. Schlenker quit set. Lockway blocked at the net. And she was blocked by Schwayen. Sydney Schwayen earns the block here for the Hawks, and West Fargo Horace playing inspired volleyball here in the third, about the best they've looked since the first part of set number 1 here. About 40 to 45 minutes ago when we got this one underway at 12-11. Serve on the way. Outside now for a chance down the line. That'll be out of play. Point is awarded here to the Hawks. So back-to-back points again after we're tied at 9. And right now it's just been a Horace run here. They continue to serve at the line with Olivia. Shook with the running jump serve into the back. Schlenker looking for the dump kill. Quickly push back over, and the point will go to Horace here. As the Hawks with Shaylee Bakun makes it now 12-9. And for Coach Olson, normally tries to allow her players to work through a situation and always call in timeout. She does have 2 remaining. For Horace, they have 1. This one outside, this one at the net. Battle going to be won by Schwayen. And now it's 13-9. Also some different rotational players in right now for Coach Olson than what we saw in the first and the second sets, as the Hawks right now halfway home here in the third. Service will continue by Christofferson. This one comes across, backs under the way. Derringer, Schwayen is there. We might have a net violation. We do. This will be on Horace. Point awarded to Fargo Davies. Still to come on our post-game show. We'll get to our player of the match, brought to you in part by Enbridge Energy. Also our RDK Enterprises feature players of the match, or play of the match. That's all to come here again on our post-game conversation. Point awarded here to Fargo Davies. Leah Lockway's had a really good day so far. She's got 2 aces, 4 block sets resulting in points, and 8 kills so far as Lockway gets it down to a 2-point deficit here for the Eagles. That one to the back row. Schwayen with a chance here on the outside. Goes to Lockway on the dig. Schlenker set outside. That's going to be Seiler, and they're looking for a double hit. Nothing was granted. Point will be out of play, and this will go to Fargo Davies. The West Fargo Horace Hawks either want a lift or a double hit there on the Schlenker set. Nothing was granted, and a chance now to tie here for the Eagles in the third. Schwayen with the second hit. This one then gets over on the third by Bakun to the back middle. Back set on the way. Derringer winds, and that one will be out of play, and a point will be awarded here to West Fargo Horace at 14-12. Hawks leads it by 2. We'll have a substitution here for West Fargo Horace, as it looks like it's going to be Sturlaugson coming onto the floor. Schwayen will come to set. The Hawks here trying to fend off the Eagles in this third and trying to get to set number 4. As Schwayen, good serve just over the net. Langang was able to be there. This one gets over then on the third. Coming here for the Hawks. This one cross-score on the hit and kill. Bakun now has 3 kills in this set, 5 in the contest. It's 15-12 now for Horace. Service on the way here for Schwayen and the Hawks. As Schwayen will come on here for Horace. The back left Langang is there. Schlenker set. This is Derringer off her left heel. Sommerfeld with the bump outside here. Big hit on the way by Sturlaugson. Fargo Davies right now. Derringer 10-foot line over the double block, and that's going to be in there for the point. Derringer with the point here. Fargo Davies trails it by 2, 15-13 here. To the service line will be Olsen. Olsen comes back to the floor, also back on. Here for the Eagles will be Horner, as Haley is now to the service line, not McKenzie. Outside, over on the cross-court hit for the Horace Hawks and Sturlaugson. Saylor there for the tip kill opportunity for Fargo Davies, and Kayla now in double digits with kills as she is up to 10. And a chance for Fargo Davies here to tie at 15 apiece. Horace with already 1 timeout taken. Fargo Davies, they have both remaining here in this third set. Coming up middle, Hale is going to hit one into the net, and the point here for Fargo Davies as we're knotted at 15. Tied at 8, tied at 9, and tied at 15 now here in the third. Fargo Davies with Horner will come onto the service line. Horner with the floater that comes across. Sommerfeld, Schwayen backs under the way. This one gets over on the third hit by Bakun. Quickly pushed over by Horner. Good placement. Schwayen outside here, up and over the double block on the hit by Shaley. Coming across here over that double block. Schwayen almost lost her footing there. Might have rolled an ankle. She looks to be all right. This one is going to be hit. Was it touched? It is in. However, Sturlaugson there with the kill here for Horace on a ball that just kept fluttering to the back right corner to make it 16-15 here for the Hawks. Service on the way as this one will come for West Fargo Horace with Spikermeyer. Piper here for Horace. Already has a chance to join the ace party here. Instead, Fargo Davies will hit one into the net. Horace has 5 different players with an ace here. That's part of the reason why early on, and they got up early on Fargo Davies, but then the Eagles closed out the first set on a 16-5 run to win the first 25-19. Then it was all Eagles wire to wire in the second 25-12. Saylor blocked at the net, and that's Hale. Make it now 18-15. And Coach Henley Steffen said in our pregame report, if Hale can get going for us on a match, it just adds to what this team can do. As she goes, we kind of go, she said. from a coach's perspective there for Horace. Backs out of the way as Saylor able to get this one. Tip Sommerfeld. Sturlockson comes across for the push and the kill. Her 5th of the match, now 19-15. Horace needs it to get to a 4th set and try to get to a 5th to keep their season alive. Davies looking to finish off the sweep here. This one will be out of play down the line. Point awarded to Davies. Horace, that's their 3rd service error here of the match. Kayla Saylor will come on and serve. So far with 10 kills, she has 1 ace. Saylor at the line, back left corner. Schwen is there with the bump. This one will get pushed over, then down the line is Saylor. 10-foot line, Horner outside here for Fargo Davies with Caitlin Krenz. Schwen outside, that's going to get tipped. Horner does a good job keeping it going. So does Fargo Davies as they get it over then by Saylor. Schwen middle, Hale with the hit and kill. Gives Schwen the assist. Hale earns the kill. And now it's 20-16 here for the Hawks. As the Hawks will make a substitution here as Ella Livingston will come back and return to the floor and play in the front row here for the Hawks. Service on the way by Sommerfeld. That goes to the opposite libero in Langang. Outside here, tipped over by Krenz and a good placement. Caitlin Krenz gets in the rotation here of this 3rd set for the Eagles. It's now 20-17. Service on the way here for Fargo Davies as Lockway returns up front. And he will be on to serve. This one will go to Schwayen, set up middle here. Livingston blocked at the net. That was Lockway and also Olsen there. Point here to Fargo Davies, now at 20-18. Fargo Davies will continue to serve with Katie Langang. This one will be into the back and a free ball that comes over and a chance for the Eagles to work with it. Horner set up middle, Lockway, big hit. Outside now for West Fargo Horace, and that's a kill. Jordan Christofferson will have the kill. That's her 3rd, and now 21-18 here for the Hawks. West Fargo Horace 4 points away here in the 3rd to keep their season alive. At the service line will be Donnelly. She will come on now for Horace. A floater that comes across the net. Horner backs it on the way. This one able to get over on the partial deflection there by Olsen. Schwayen here up and over. Saylor is there. Horner coming up middle through that slide is Lockway to back left corner in for the point. Lockway right now will earn the side out here for Fargo Davies as they will come to the service line again with this rotation with Schlanker coming in. Horner will check out. Also coming into the front now for Fargo Davies will be Camille Derringer, a 5'11" senior, and Coach Olsen said Camille's been battling injuries throughout most of the season. Able to get her back for the last week and a half here as a senior to get her on the floor and play here in the EDC Volleyball tournament. This one gets pushed across, and the point here for the Horace after the push there by Christofferson. And the Hawks now lead it by 3 and 3 points away. Service upcoming here for West Fargo Horace. As this will be with Jordan Christofferson after the push. Schlenker set up middle here, going from right to left and levitating there for a moment was Lockway. This one going to be blocked at the net. Livingston outside Schwayen with the right hand, able to get it over, and a good placement. Sydney Schwayen there playing the center and outside hitter role here this afternoon. And the Hawks now 2 points away here in this 3rd set. As Fargo Davies will bring Emma McComb in. Emma, the 5'6" junior. We'll get into the contest now for the Eagles. Horace here on to serve with Jordan Christofferson. As she does to Langang in the back set on the way. This one up and over on the second hit there by Caitlin Krenz. Schwayen here through the double block for the kill. And Horace now with a set point here in the 3rd as their fans come to their feet here at West Fargo High School. Set point opportunity here for the Hawks. Schlenker, she'll back set it. This one able to get over for the kill for Fargo Davies and Caitlin Krenz. And the Eagles now to the service line. They'll need 4 good serves upcoming here by the aforementioned Krenz. as Saylor will come back on and play the front here for Fargo Davies with Lockway as well. That's been the 1-2 combination so far for Davies in terms from a kill stat platform. Outside this one, was there touch? No touch after the hit there by Bakun, and the Eagles are awarded the point. Horace with 1 timeout remaining for Coach Hadley Steffen. Serve on the way here by Krenz. This one will have a double hit. Point here to Davies. Serve will continue by the freshman and Krenz. This one set up middle here. Livingston there on the hit. This one pushed over them by Derringer. Coming here for Livingston. She's blocked at the net by Lockway. Able to this one over on the third there by Sommerfeld. Back set. Here's tipped by Lockway for the kill. Lockway now with her 10th kill. Time on the floor. We'll break with them. Fargo Davies with a chance to tie when we come back in the third set on your liveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
24-23, Horace over Fargo Davies, but it's Davies at the service line with a chance to tie and mount a comeback here in the third after taking set 1 25-19, taking set 2 25-12. We'll either get to our set recap as we get ready for the fourth, or we'll get to our post-game show and our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match and our RDK Enterprises feature Players of the Match, as the Horace faithful chanting "Let's go Hawks" here on the near side. Service by Krenz. Horace with a chance here on a set point, just gets it over on the third with Danelli. Davies, middle, this to Lockway, we're not in at 24. 24-24 here, tied here in the third, and Lockway has been a big reason why. She's got 4 kills here in the third set, and now it's Fargo Davies chanting "Let's go Eagles." West Fargo Horace, 10-foot line, able to get it over on the up and over. Fargo Davies outside here. This will be off the deflection and the kill for Saylor. It's now 25-24 here for Davies. It's their first lead since it was 9-8 here in this third set. Service on the way. This will be into the back. Bumped across. Fargo Davies gets this one over then on the third. Coming up is going to be Schlenker. Backs at Derringer. That'll do it. 26-24. Fargo Davies earns the sweep. Our post-game show is coming up next here on your liveevent.com.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on yourliveevent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on yourliveevent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Trace Tisburn. I'm confident on the stage, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we come back here, Fargo Davies earns the sweep 25-19, 25-12, and 26-24. Let's get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match in this one. Enbridge Energy tomorrow is happening right now. More than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com. Enbridge, life takes energy, and the 1-2 combination of Leah Lockway and Kayla Seiler here for Fargo Davies. Both would finish with 11 kills in this one, 5 blocks and 2 aces here for Lockway, one by Seiler. That is the 1-2 combination of Lockway and Seiler here for Fargo Davies, our Enbridge Energy players of the match. We go from there to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match. And this one is going to be more at the net here for Fargo Davies. They had 9 blocks that resulted in points that would end up finishing it off, and they did a lot of it in the second and the third here for the Eagles. The service line early on was a advantage for Horace, but Davies would come back to make that a little bit tighter. 6 kills for the 6 aces for Fargo Davies and 7 here for the Horace Hawks. But our precision play of the match is more at the net here for Fargo Davies. Blocks with whether it was Mackenzie Olson, Lockway, or Fallon Paginante, they were able to do so, particularly with Lockway here in this one. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. They thank the area growers for your trust in RDK Enterprises as your planter experts. RDK Enterprises continues to invest in the education of their team members to provide the customer service you expect from your planter experts at RDK Enterprises. Always revisit the performance of your planters here in the winter season and call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com with RDK Enterprises. So still to come after this one will be Fargo Shanley and Grand Forks Red River. That'll be getting underway at about 2 o'clock here this afternoon. And then it will be Fargo South and West Fargo High School in the semis, followed by West Fargo Cheyenne and Fargo North in the semis as well. But Davies advances with a 25-19, 25-12, and 26-24 win. They will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning against the loser of South and West Fargo in match number 3 of 4 today here from West Fargo High School. The Horace Hawks finished this season with a mark of 13 wins and 18 losses. Davies improves to now 19-14. We'll hear from one of our players coming up next from Fargo Davies as they earn the sweep here over West Fargo Horace on our post-game show that continues after this.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the agronomy centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
Join us now here on our post-game show, one of our RDK Enterprises feature precision players of the match here from the Fargo Davies Eagles. That is Kayla Seiler with us here for Fargo Davies. And Kayla, first and foremost, congratulations on the win. It's tough here because you're normally in school at this time on a Friday afternoon, kind of battling Mother Nature a little bit. Were you going to go to school yesterday? Weren't you going to go to school? But what did you see from your team here to finish the first set on a 16-5 run and then never really look back behind after that?
I know we started off a little bit slow just because on a Friday morning it's Veterans Day, coming from school, whatever. But I think we started off slow, but then as the game went on we eased into it and we really showed some fight. Yeah, we were able to power through that deficit that we had, so that was it was a really amazing game to play.
What did you see from Leah Lockway? At the net, she had a lot of tremendous blocks. She got going early, a couple aces as well. Just a really nice performance by Leah today.
Yeah, Leah had such a good game. I love when Leah plays. I love watching Leah play. She's such a powerful hitter at the net and blocker, and really a back row player too. Like, she can do it all. She's just an amazing person overall.
So what do you hope to take from this match? About 24 hours from now, less than 24 hours, 11 o'clock in the morning, you get the early game again tomorrow, but you're going up against either South or West Fargo. But what do you hope to take from this particular match that you maybe figured out some stuff a little bit with some new girls that are coming in, whether it's been sickness or injury that you guys have dealt with this entire season, Kayla?
I hope to come in with the energy that we had at the last set, because we did come back from a deficit, and having that energy and those amazing girls in the court, I know that we can do it. So if we come out strong like we did, we're going to have a really good game and a really good fight tomorrow.
Final thing for you, when you get going here on the outside, what does that do? When you can get a couple of kills early through that double block, over that double block, you have the opportunity, obviously, for a tip. But when you see that first one, hear that first one, what does it kind of do for a hitter?
It's just an amazing feeling just to know that I did score a point for my team, that I was able to, like, show up for them. So if I'm able to get those tomorrow and, like, get my confidence all together, it's just going to be an amazing day, and I know we can do it.
Kayla, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Yes.
Breakfast and volleyball coming up tomorrow. Fargo Davies Eagles here. Pick up the win. We'll put a bow on our post-game show next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Thank you.
In the J.C. Penney Wing in the West Acres Mall in Fargo with over 4,000 square feet of localness. Greg, Susan, Katie, Sarah, Melody, and staff are proud to promote the local products from North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Check out Mindak Market this holiday season to find the perfect stocking stuffers and samples of ready-to-go collections to ship. Stop by the store or check out their website at mindakmarket.com. That's mindakmarket.com to shop and order online.
Again, that's Kayla Seiler with us there as Fargo Davies won it 19-14. They improve on the season after a 3-love win. They will play either South or West Fargo this year. They lost in 5 to South in their only meeting on September the 27th, and they went 0-2 against West Fargo. So that's who they got coming up here tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning for Fargo Davies. Tip of the cap to Hadley Steffen and her Horace Hawks. First year as a varsity program, they go 13-18, and next year they're going to be bringing everybody back, a very youthful team with 8th graders, freshmen, a lot of sophomores, 1 or 2 juniors on the club. So West Fargo Horace is going to have some bigger aspirations going into next season, but they finish again 13-18 on the year. So Davies will await the loser of our first semifinal game at 4 o'clock between South and West Fargo. But coming up next year on YourLiveEvent.com, another loser out consolation semifinal match between Shanley and Red River. Joel Morgan will be on the call for you on that one. And then the nightcap later tonight will feature Cheyenne and Fargo North. That'll be at 6 p.m. On behalf of Reggie Funk, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you very much for tuning into the EDC Volleyball Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. More coming up next at about 2 o'clock for the first serve here between Shanley and Red River on YourLiveEvent.com.